papers. And for that, I'm joined by Flo Villamo. Hello. We're going to start off with The Guardian. In June, it lifted the lid on the National Security Agency's top-secret prison surveillance program. It's justified itself saying it was important to provoke a public debate on the matter, and that debate seems like it's on the verge of taking place.
That's right. The Guardian is quite happy about the fact that this debate might actually just be about to take place. It's on the front page today, and in fact, they have a special on this issue. It says that spies are to go under the spotlight. Now, why is The Guardian talking about this now? It's because the Deputy Prime Minister of the UK, Nick Clegg, says that he wants to start a conversation in government to review the powers that Secret Services has. And so the Guardian rather says that this is really the first time that such a senior government figure has agreed that the revelations that the Guardian made really did highlight concerns about the accountability of the Secret Service.
Okay, but not everyone agrees that what the Guardian published the revelations were actually a public service, though.
That's right. In fact, the Guardian talks about an article that appeared in the Daily Mail yesterday, the editorial where it described The Guardian as a paper that helps Britain's enemies. In fact, the Daily Mail says that the revelations The Guardian made is a real threat to national security. So The Guardian actually takes this article, this editorial from the Daily Mail, and decided to show it to many other newspapers across the world. So Der Spiegel, Haaretz, the Le Monde, El País, the Hindu Clarin, papers across the world, and to see what they thought about the Daily Mail's article. Now, keep in mind, a lot of these papers are quite liberal, and so, well, the general feeling is that they all support The Guardian, and they say that what The Guardian is doing is important for democracy, because in democracy, it's up to the press to play a very vital role in informing the public, in framing the debate, and holding public figures accountable.
Do others agree with them, though?
Well, the Guardian actually looks at what other figures in the cultural world and politics, etc., think about this, because, as I said before, the Guardian really wanted to hold a public debate on this issue. So it actually kind of puts together its own debate. It compiles the thoughts of some people who have spoken about this in the past couple months. Now, it's a lot of the people that it quotes will support The Guardian. So you have Facebook founder Mark Zuckerberg, the Brazilian president Dilma Rousseff, all sorts of former intelligence agents that agree with The Guardian, that believe that there is a real threat to privacy in our digital age, that there's a need to reform the system, and a belief that more transparency won't really bring a threat to national security. But keep in mind, these are people that are in line with The Guardian. I guess it'd be interesting to see how more conservative papers will react in the coming days. And in fact, The Guardian, it says that the Daily Mail should join this debate.
Well, it would be interesting to see if that happens. Moving on, international papers are also reacting to the US decision about postponing some military aid to Egypt due to ongoing crackdowns by the government.
That's right. There's a real feeling that this is a decision that was long overdue. If we take a look at the editorial in the Independent today, they say that it's too little, too late. The U.S. should have cut aid to Egypt a long time ago. And on top of that, it's only symbolic. It's not sure that it's going to have that much of an impact on the regime's crackdown. There's a similar feeling in a cartoon in the International Herald Tribune today that points out that it's kind of a tardy slap on the wrist. You see the generals there zooming past, crushing Islamic supporters there, while Obama is just giving them a speeding ticket.
I'm going to move on to another story in the US, and the FBI has nailed 2 rabbis it accuses of kidnapping and torture.
That's right. This is a very unusual story that's coming out of Brooklyn. You can read about it in Gawker. It was originally in the New York Times. So basically, these 2 rabbis are accused of kidnapping and torturing men with the intent of forcing them to agree to divorce their wives, because in some Orthodox Jew communities, a divorce is granted only if the husband provides the wife with a document known as a get. So these men, these 2 rabbis, charged women between 10 and 60,000 euros to get them that document.
And switching gears once again to something quite different, and Disney seems to be drawing some criticism for having too many princesses in its new film.
That's right. The film is called Frozen. Well, it's coming under criticism for comments its head animator Lino Di Salvo made. He said that Frozen was challenging because it had these 2 lead characters. He said, to quote him, animating female characters is really, really difficult because they go through these range of emotions and you still have to keep them pretty. So basically they have feelings, but you still have to keep them pretty. So an article in Slate by Katie Waldman really tears him apart and says, more princesses, more problems. Maybe that's why Disney often has its leading ladies in a coma.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah, they don't have to be always beautiful to be just because they're princesses. Thanks for that look at the Faith's Flo Villamo. Okay, we're going to take a short break now, but stay with us. When we come back, we'll have lots more news and analysis, as well as our special focus report on the plight of the Roma community here in France.